It's Matty and Patty around the world. From Bonnie, Scotland, this is world champion Pat McMenamin. In San Francisco, I am joined by fellow world champion Matt Younger. Say hello, champion.
Hello, champion. How are you, buddy?
I am excellent.
What are you
welcome
eating, beans and toast over there right now?
Not yet, although I have it on the counter. I think we're going to have that when everyone else gets up. It is 6:30 in the morning, GMT. I believe it's 1:30 a.m. in the morning, East Coast time, and that makes it by my fast and brilliant math at 10:30.
Yeah, 10:30 out here for me. Early.
Nice. Yeah, early. You're not just beginning, my friend.
That's correct.
No, but seriously, we are going to have beans and toast probably in about an hour.
I bet. That's how they do over there.
I'm sipping some tea with milk.
Oh, so effete, Patty. Oh yeah, that's real tea.
Civilization, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the Cleveland Sports Hour. We are two self-aware but unapologetic homers who spend far too much time watching, reading, and thinking about the 2016 NBA World Champion Cleveland Cavaliers and the American League champion Cleveland Indians.
Dear God.
Yeah. We also have some professional football team, but let's not talk about that.
No.
So if you like the informed, intelligent Cleveland fans' perspective on all things, you've come to the right place. Matty, it's like championship week.
It's unbelievable. Our cup runneth over, Patty.
This is crazy. Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, the NBA World Champion Cleveland Cavaliers begin their.
Patty, one thing real quick.
Oh, go! What's up?
I don't. You must have missed this in your travels. But the Cavs announced, the NBA announced that they moved it up to 7:30 to get out of the way of the World Series.
Oh, it was about half an hour early, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so not 8 p.m.
just so the ring ceremony would get out of the way of the World Series, so folks like you and me can enjoy both.
Ooh, it's exciting. So then Tuesday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern,
yes,
the NBA champion Cleveland Cavaliers begin their title defense following their championship ring ceremony. And then at 8 o'clock, the Cleveland Indians host Game 1 of the World Series for the first time in history against the Chicago Cubs. So you guys are all about to receive a special double feature. The Indians World Series preview, immediately followed by the Cavs title defense season preview.
Ooh. This is fun.
Before we begin, though, Matty, a word, if you will.
Please.
It has come to my attention that some of our loyal listeners are of the opinion that I talk too much during this podcast.
What?
It's
that
true.
Can't be true, Patty. I can't imagine you hear that.
People say things.
You're hearing things?
I'm hearing things. Some very good people said these. Some even enjoyed the contributions of the Vile Stiggy Thins and expressed the desire that maybe we start the podcast a good 30 minutes before we click record so I can get my monologuing out early. Don't laugh too hard, Matt.
It's pretty funny.
I just for a moment, I would just like to take a moment to address all of these concerns in a civilized manner. Y'all can go to hell. I will talk as much as I goddamn will please. You know why you can't start this podcast 30 minutes early? Because I do all the goddamn tech work. Matty, you may be the brains of this podcast, but this podcast only exists because I make it happen. You say I have a God complex? Well, let me tell you something. I am God.
It's true. I can't argue with that, Patty.
All right, with that out of the way, let's move along. All apologies to the great Alec Baldwin. Malice. All right, so let's kick it off with the Tribe World Series.
Yeah, let's get into the Tribe, buddy.
So to kick things off, just briefly, Matty, let's first review the ALDS with the Boston Red Sox and bid them a goodbye. I'd like to bid them a special goodbye with this.
Touching hands.
Really trolling, Patty.
Oh, I can't stop. I've been waiting weeks for this. Sing with me, Matty. Ba, 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 ba. So good.
So good.
All right.
Ba, ba, ba. Oh. God, it was good to get through them.
Oh, it makes me so happy. Those motherfuckers who try and own that goddamn song. It's not your fucking song, Sox fans. It's a beautiful song. that can be enjoyed by all fans. It's not about you.
It's the world's. That song belongs to all of us.
That's right, to humanity. You fucking ingrates. Just, God, I hate them so much. That made me so happy to beat the Red Sox.
It was pretty
Like,
nice, man.
It
I was
feels
worried going. I mean, we talked about that in the preview. I was worried about that one, and for good reason. But it was sweet. To do it in the sweep too felt very, very good.
I mean, not without his moments. I mean, that's the crazy thing.
No, that was very easily could have gone another couple directions.
After we were up 2-0, Bill Simmons, sports guy,
Yes. Thank you for doing this.
tweeted, "I'm just going to leave this here," and did a link to the '99 ALDS when we were up 2-0 and blew it in like ridiculously depressing fashion.
Yeah, that one was tough.
Oh, it was so annoying. And we already had like I wasn't even thinking about that. I was thinking about 2007 being up 3-1 and losing to the Red Sox in 3 straight. It gave me immense satisfaction, Matty, to tweet him after we swept them in Game 3 with the notice. I think you dropped something.
Yeah. Indians fans were all over his ass.
Oh man, it's just this. I was happy. Would have been enough that we beat the Red Sox. I could have handled anything after that. Like that would have stung.
Well, honestly, and we'll get into this. It's weird having this happen right after the Cavs won. Because I feel like I'm not done celebrating that, and it's hard for me to properly appreciate what the tribe's doing. I think
absolutely. I think that's true across the league. Right now we're just high.
Yeah, that's right.
We're flying a little close to the sun. Not really sure what to do with ourselves.
It's nice that there's that football team that we said we weren't going to talk about that can keep us grounded. I think that is the one blessing of that season.
It's the go-to retort for all of my friends that aren't Clevelanders that are trying to troll me saying, we still got the Browns. I'm like, who?
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm not trying to hear that right now. I don't even know what that team is. A football team, you say? We have a football team? I had no idea. Well, look at that. I wanted to just bring up a few moments that mattered to me from the series. That first inning, Trevor Bauer survived.
I was terrified watching that.
I think that was everything. I mean,
in some ways, you're right.
We got 2 on, right? And we had Mo. I said Mo Vaughn, Matty. Jesus. David Ortiz was up, and you just knew something terrible was going to happen, and he popped out. And again, speaking of excellent trolling, some Boston journalist says something like, David Ortiz fouled out for out number 2 in the first inning, and Cleveland cheer like they just won the championship, won the World Series. Like, really? You're gonna police aren't cheering in the first inning of a playoff
game?
Fans
are too enthusiastic for the playoffs.
Too much fun, which is great because
that's bullshit.
Oh, such bullshit. Also, I mean, we fell behind early with those solo shots. Thank God they were solo shots. But when
Patty, also the play at the plate.
Oh my God, that was amazing
in that first inning. I mean, that easily could have been another run right there for sure, and not an out, and then who knows how many other runs because of it. That was enormous.
So many crazy moments like that.
Yeah,
an amazing throw, an amazing tag. Just it was beautiful all the way around. Roberto Perez has been.
He's been really good.
Really good, right?
Yeah. I mean, there was a pretty good argument that he was the best backup catcher in baseball last year.
Right.
And obviously his bat just evaporated on him post injury this year.
Yeah, and he came back really from injury. He wasn't fully all the way back.
But his he's had the home run, a couple RBIs, and his defense has been amazing. The stuff about his pitch framing, which is sort of a newer metric for evaluating catchers is off the charts.
Yeah.
He's really good. Really, really good.
I mean, he can start for a lot of teams in the league.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
But no, it was great following the Indians Twitter account during the games because after we hit some back-to-back jacks or some almost back-to-back jacks,
We hit back-to-back in that game.
It was back-to-back, and then there was an out, and there's another jack, wasn't it?
No, Perez hit his, and then Santana got out, and then Kipnis and Lindor went back-to-back.
That's right.
In game 2.
The Indians tweeted back at that.
Excuse me.
Yeah, the Indians tweeted back at that Boston reporter asking if it was okay to cheer. Cheering level on those solo shots acceptable to you,
dude? Indians, I'd like to out whoever runs the Indians Twitter account because they are excellent, man.
They're crushing it. Get into in the Blue Jays series.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
But yeah, anything else? So the other big moment that mattered to me was Game 3 when Mookie Betts made that Willie Hayes catch on Mr. La Parra.
Oh yeah.
Remember?
Oh yeah.
Up in that corner was a nasty shot. I couldn't believe he made that catch, and I had one of those Cleveland moments, right? I'm like, oh shit,
this is how it happens.
Oh shit! I mean, he just caught that. The way Willie Mays caught that deep fly ball in the 1954 World Series, which the Indians went on to lose in a horrific fashion, sweet fashion, I think, right?
Vic Wirtz, buddy.
Vic Wirtz, that's right. Nice, good job. But I had a secondary thought going. Things are different now.
Yeah.
We're champions now. And these sort of things, don't get us because we're okay with it.
Right.
The expected dread isn't there. And you know what? Fuck that. I think we're going to win this. Although I was still terrified the rest of the game, but still. I think it was significant that moment happened. And that was, if you're a Cleveland sports fan, that was a moment of dread.
Yeah.
Not just it happening, but just the whole fact of calling to mind that catch from the 54 World Series.
Yeah.
That was significant to me.
Yeah. I mean, a couple other things for me from that series. One, that's where we learned that Tito, how he was going to use his bullpen, which has been awesome. And he God damn it, how good is Tito, man? Just the best. Good. Just the best. So he carries himself so well.
We have one quality pitch. Well, not true. That's not true. We have two now with the way Tomlin's been pitching too. But just incredible what he's done.
Miller coming in the 5th. I mean, just not messing around, playing to win every moment. When I was listening to a podcast with Joe Posnanski, where he's talking about that, just winning innings, like not even messing around.
Yeah, I love his about that. His attitude is like, if you have a chance to win it, you fucking go all out and win it now. Don't worry about tomorrow later. Don't try and pull anything back.
Yep. All those wins are so precious. You got to do everything you can for each one, and not hedge. And he's managing like that, which is awesome. It's so confidence inspiring to have him there.
And you can see in the players too how the players are totally and they have the same exact attitude going into it, and so they aren't rattled by a loss.
Yep.
They aren't rattled by much.
They're so chill out there, just having fun, man. It is a very fun team to root for.
Absolutely.
So that was one, and then Tomlin, dear God, I was ready for Tomlin to get lit up going into Boston. Gives up a lot of home runs. That team was, sort of their bats have been quiet-ish in games 1 and 2, and I thought it was just going to be an explosion, and he was magnificent. He's been great. That's something we talked about in the preview too, was how guys just emerge in the playoffs like that, and we've had a couple, but Tomlin's been we're counting on him now.
Mm-hmm. That was incredible. And the fact that all people that hit a home run in Fenway, it was Coco Crisp.
Yes.
It wasn't Mookie Betts. It wasn't David Ortiz. It wasn't any of those fuckers. It was Coco fucking Crisp. If you read his post game comments, because when he swings a hit, he acted like he had a home run. But apparently he swung, hit it in the air, and thought, "Oh yeah, I got that." And then he's like, "Wait, no, I hit it." I'm gonna fucking hustle. So he started booking around first base with his head down. And then he saw the second base umpire spin his hands, and he was like, so he didn't even see the home run clear the wall. He put his head down once he realized that, oh shit, wait, I'm not a power hitter.
It's been so nice having Coco, man.
Man, it's just so great. All this, it's all coming together, Matty.
Yeah, it feels good right now.
So can we run to the Blue Jays series?
Yeah, let's get to that.
Let's get to that, and again, let me start off with a little bit of music special message to the Toronto Blue Jays and one Joey Bats.
These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you.
Joey Bats.
Joey, what was Skylar calling him? Joey Twigs. Joey Twigs. I really enjoyed that.
Jose Bautista drinks skim milk. That was my favorite trash talking sign from game one.
Those signs were awesome.
Honorable mention goes to Donaldson thinks Olive Garden is authentic.
Those are great.
Those were really good. Oh my god, another fucking series. I mean, it was hard to remember which things happened in which series because
it's amazing comparing it to the basketball playoffs too, which just take forever and drag on and on. Like I feel like this has been no time.
Boom, 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 boom. And I think it's relentless. Like,
yep.
One game where you're like up late, freaking out, pacing back and forth and standing up and all that stuff. You're real nervous and heart pounding, sweaty palms time. And then like the next day is the next game. You don't get any day of rest.
Yeah.
Whereas we always had at least one day off where we could focus on our lives.
Yeah. Digest, get away from it a little.
Yep. No, not in this.
Playoff baseball, so intense.
So what did you make of the circumstances in this one, Matty?
Yeah, God, that was good. Again, Indians Twitter, man, right on it.
Just jumped all over him. And just the players, too. The players, it was so great.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Certainly it was Trevor Bauer.
Yeah.
Jumping into the circumstances left and right. But who else? Did you see who else chimed in on the circumstances stuff?
I think Jose Ramirez did.
I didn't see his. But of course, if you guys haven't been following, it's even worth having. If you guys haven't been following, fuck you. Why are you listening to this podcast? You should know what we're talking about. But I just love that Jose Bautista was just melting down throughout the series because after game 2, he tweets out, or not tweets out, excuse me, he just says to the reporters that the circumstances are preventing them from being able to hit the ball. And I don't know, some of the responses were just so great. A lot of them from the Indians Twitter account of like, here are the circumstances. It's just a picture of
4 pitchers who pitched that game. Yeah.
Tomlin, Miller.
That was awesome.
That was great. It's like if somebody else is saying, like, wait, so you're saying they aren't throwing any pitches over the middle of the plate, they're staying off the plate, and that's the circumstance they're causing you to lose? Yeah, agreed. They're pitching really fucking well. That's why.
Yeah.
What a dick. And then after they lost game 3, it didn't show up to reporters.
Yeah. No, he had a terrible series, man. He's really bad.
After that, they had their one win, game 4.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when he gives his this kid Ryan Merritt gonna be shaking in his boots. Pretty sure he's gonna be shaking in his boots more than we are. What a dick!
Oh yeah, he got everything that was coming to him. I hope somebody does not throw a lot of money at him this offseason.
Oh yeah, it was great. On top of that, the fact that Ryan Merritt actually wears boots.
Yeah,
in Texas and wore boots to the game is amazing. He just had such a field day with taking pictures of his boots with a champagne bottle in it.
Yeah, it's so good.
Roberto Perez tweeted at him in Spanish, "I hope you're enjoying your birthday." Or how's your birthday going? Something like that. Trevor Bauer had 1,000,001 about circumstances and boots and all that stuff. Just Trevor Bauer owns Canada, man.
It feels like it right now, doesn't it?
That was. I was just really thrilled.
It was interesting. The Indians felt way. They were winning, so that's a big part of it, right? But felt way more composed than the Blue Jays, right? The Blue Jays felt like they were falling apart right from the get-go. And the announcers commented on that. The TBS post-game guys were talking about that, right? That it felt like as soon as the Indians scored first, in the final game that the Blue Jays bench just got deflated and didn't get into the game, weren't up. They felt like a beaten crew pretty early in this series to me.
Yeah, they looked it too. And I was wondering about that because they actually were collapsing at the end of the season.
Yeah.
They had a good. They should have won the division. We should have played them in the ALDS, but they had this huge job over the last month of the season while the Red Sox went on their 10-game hot streak.
Mm-hmm.
So there was this falseness about the Blue Jays being hot right now because they won their last 2 or 3 games of the season.
Yeah, something like that.
And then
swept the Rangers.
Right, after winning the Wildcat game, swept the Rangers, so they had their own little mini winning streak going. I think it was 6 games each for them and for us. But that forgets how rattled they were in the last month of the season. There were some reports that they were so hostile to their own Toronto media that they put up a picture of a reporter with on the dartboard, and where reporters can see it. Reporters coming in to try and interview them.
Jeez, that notorious difficult Toronto media.
Exactly. It's dude, Toronto's got you rattled? The Toronto media?
Bunch of Canadian reporters? I can't imagine that's difficult.
Oh, my God. I mean, their heads flapping like that. I guess that's kind of unnerving.
Their offense, it was funny. I'm sure you saw that going into the series, that the narrative for the season is that it's big Toronto bats and the big arms of the Indians, but that the Indians actually outscored the Blue Jays on the year, and the Blue Jays allowed less runs on the year than the Indians did.
That's interesting.
And their lineup, the top of their lineup scared me, right? Donaldson and Encarnacion are terrifying.
Yeah.
Absolutely terrifying. I was ready for them to crush it at every moment.
And Jose Bautista used to crush the Indians all the time.
No, he really, I think he was hurt. He was not he could not do what he is normally capable of doing. But outside of those guys, that lineup just did not work. But Russell Martin, I think, also was hurt, but was terrible. And the rest of those guys, just nobody really scared me. Other than Ezekiel Carrera, man.
Yeah, man, he came back out of nowhere to kill us.
He was great. Yeah, he was very impressive. But yeah, the rest of their lineup just felt like nothing to me. And their pitching was good. What did we hit 186 for the series?
Yeah, it was crazy. We really didn't hit the ball well. I mean, this was a low-scoring series.
Yeah.
What was it? 2-0, 2-1, 4-2.
Yep. 5-1, and then 3.
Oh, sorry, 3-0. No, you're right. 3-0. It wasn't 4-2. That wasn't a 4-2 game. Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah.
One other thing go ahead.
No. It's just not what I expected going into the series. I've been waiting for teams to unload on us, and it hasn't happened yet. And let's knock on wood that another baller offense isn't going to come in and do that to us.
Two other things that jumped out to me were Tribe Twitter felt like this, and I didn't think it was that bad, but first of all, the TBS announcing crew was just so terrible.
Yeah, people. I didn't have that same reaction that everybody else did. People thought the announcing crew was really down on us.
Yeah, and just they sounded really depressed whenever we were hitting home runs, and all the poor Blue Jays, the poor Red Sox, they wanted. I didn't get that either. I didn't
feel that at all.
I feel like I didn't like the play-by-play guy. Not play-by-play guy. I like him, Ernie. But
Ernie Johnson. You don't like Ron Darling?
Yeah, I just like his voice.
Yeah, I don't particularly like his voice either. But I didn't think he was said objectionable things really.
It was kind of meh. It wasn't a really good crew, but I didn't think they were really.
No, I didn't think they were biased against us in any way, or rooting against us. I didn't get that, but there's people that feel that way for sure, including I think Uncle Granty, right?
Yeah, man. I'm all over Twitter too. My Twitter feed was up in arms about it.
Well, maybe you and I might be missing something here, Pat.
I don't know. Maybe we are. One other thing that stood out to me, which is really fun, and I want to give a shout out to Ben on this, is that we got to see a bullpen game.
Yeah.
Trevor Bauer's finger, his bloody finger, which is disgusting. It's dripping blood. How do you remember how crazy that was for a moment?
So wild, man. So wild. They thought he was good. What did he last? 15 pitches before that thing burst?
2/3 of the inning. He almost got out of the inning.
Yeah.
He had 2 strikes on was it International or Bats? No,
I think it was Joey Bats. I think it was the 4th guy.
He was the cleanup end, and he walked him, and he was trying to hide it.
Yeah, that was amazing.
His finger was gushing blood, and he was wiping on his dark sleeve and holding his hand behind his hips.
It was super. Like, I don't fully understand why the umps didn't had to wait for Gibbons to come say something before intervening.
I mean, yeah, I guess they were trying to let him finish
work through it, I guess, but you can't have blood on your hands.
No, it's illegal.
100%. That's not okay.
I mean,
it seemed like it was odd. I mean, maybe the views
I think
more difficult, but I can't imagine that.
Could have been. It could have been right that the home play umpire couldn't see it potentially because the way Trevor Bauer was trying to hold his hand so he couldn't see it.
I think that's possible, but it seems like the second base umpire should have had a great view of it, or the third base umpire.
Right. It's wild. So then he's out after the first inning, and we had that exact same game that I saw with Ben and Sticky of just relief pitchers just coming in from first to second inning and carrying us through the end of the game. It was incredible.
That was a truly amazing game.
I mean, that's just stunning that we get those. That's an amazing accomplishment.
Yeah.
And then the best part was Becca actually recognized Merritt.
Really?
He's like, oh, that was that kid. That kid, I liked him. I had a good feeling about him when he pitched in that game we saw. And I was like, he pitched in that game? Oh, God, you're I forgot that Merritt pitched in that game.
Yeah.
that I saw. And I was like, oh, my God, you're right. So Becca gets some props for remembering that kid from Texas.
Becca's balling.
Becca's balling. She is balling indeed.
How good was I mean, this is what I'm talking about with how laid back that team is. Was Tito coming out to them when they interviewed him afterwards, and he was like, "Yeah, I got out there, saw blood on the rubber. I thought that's probably not good." Gave him the ball, told him to hang on to that ball. It's probably gonna be worth something someday with all that blood all over it. Oh, what's the other thing he said?
Didn't he notice some
the raffle? There's a 50-50 raffle that was up to $24,000 or something, and he said to Napoli, we better buy some tickets, man. That's a lot of money.
That's good. We gotta get in on that. While it's in this moment.
Yeah, season's falling apart. He does that. Tito's good. Great, just great. He lost his tooth during that game too, I think.
What?
Yeah.
Franco?
He's got a fake tooth that came out into his that whatever, that disgusting mix of tobacco and gum that he's always gnawing on. And it came out, and I can't remember if it was game 3 or game 4, but I think it was game 3. So he had to go to a dentist in Toronto at 1 a.m.
Oh my God. I just learned 2 things from you in this podcast. One, that Tito lost his fake tooth in the middle of one of the playoff games, and 2, that Tito Francona has a fake tooth.
Yeah.
What?
I love that.
That's wild.
Just marvelous job by our bullpen. Great job by him. Pushing all the right buttons. It was awesome.
It's funny. I mean, it was crazy about that series that we won 4-1 and nearly swept. Is that I saw a Blue Jay fan on my way to Scotland, and just said, hey, it's tough, close, tough series or good series, something like that. And he said, no. I was like, no. I mean, honestly, all 4 of the games we won were close.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really tight. We didn't blow them out ever.
No,
which would have been nice for my heart.
No, but I think it started to feel inevitable for them though, that they just weren't going to get through, and Andrew Miller is just such a
lights out,
like a dagger hanging over everything. It has the feel a little bit like the Royals team that had the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings locked down. It has that feel to it, except that it's we just got to get to the 6th almost, and we're there. I'm a little nervous about that running out, but that's definitely how the Blue Jays fans felt for sure. Is that just that those guys aren't going to give up any runs. Mm-hmm. So as soon as we fall behind, and that's how Tito was managing, was as soon as we have a lead, he's going into, we will do whatever it takes to win this game.
No, I'm so glad. That's so great having a manager that knows to do that.
I got two more quick thoughts, Patty, and then whatever you got on it for sure. One is like, Jesus, how glad are we for the Andrew Miller trade right now? Whatever quibbles we had with it back in the summer are evaporated.
Yeah, I've read somewhere like part of the reason the office was willing to make this trade for a relief pitcher to give up all those, our best asset, plus some other, two other really highly regarded prospects, 3 huge prospects for this guy, was that they trusted the manager to use him properly.
Yeah.
To maximize his value, and that's exactly what he was doing. He's using the most highly leveraged, important situations in the game. I made him the ALCS MVP.
It was what a great trade. Like, it paid off immediately, and we have him for 2 more years. Mm-hmm. Which is awesome.
How about Luke Roy? How's he doing?
He's at home.
He got swept and maybe got like 1 or 2 hits the entire series.
Yeah, he didn't have. I mean, nobody on that team, on the Rangers, really had a great series, but yeah.
Oh, this reminds me. Because that's the attitude of the Indians when they found he wanted to veto the trade, like, because they were excited about it, and they veto the trade, like, oh, fuck him, we got.
So
the best trolling response to Joey Bats was Kipnis in the celebration when somebody asked him about the shaking boot comments, and he responded, "That's why you don't say dumb shit."
Yeah, Kipnis is great, man.
Crushing.
I was having a conversation with a friend here about who people from other teams would hate on the Indians, because it's a pretty likable bunch. Yeah. And the obvious answer is Bauer, and I get why people would not like Bauer. I don't like some of the shit he does. I'd rather he keep his mouth shut sometimes.
Yeah, he taunted the Toronto fans with 3-0.
Yeah, I was like, don't do that shit, Trevor.
Dude.
So I get him, but after that, somebody raised Kipnis maybe, and I was like, yeah, I mean, I guess, but he just seems more like a tell it like it is guy rather than a actively going out and trying to antagonize people.
Yeah, and it's not like he's he doesn't like chew out people or freak out like a fucking homicidal maniac like that second baseman for the Red Sox.
For the Red Sox?
Yeah. Who's that guy?
Oh, Pedroia after the check swing in that one game where he just went bonkers.
That went in game 3 too.
I guess that's right. Yeah.
That's the other thing we didn't talk about. Maybe you're going to bring this up. Just like, but what a bunch of fucking complainers the Blue Jays are. I got to listen to a couple Hamilton calls because I had to watch it on my computer. And Hamilton was just
relentless on them, right? Like Jose Bautista used to lead the league in home runs. Now he leads the league in whining.
These Toronto Blue Jays hitters, if they don't swing at it, it's not supposed to be a strike.
Yeah.
If they swing at it, it's not a strike.
Yeah, he had zero patience for them.
Oh, man. But he was right. They were unbelievable.
Yeah.
Also, first of all, like, I mean, these umpires are professionals. They were calling the game straight no matter what. But if I was an umpire, I would have expanded that fucking strike zone. Anyone who's going to give me dumbasses. Anyway, you were saying.
So that was one. Everybody else. So, like, how about that moment when Lindor sort of came in and stole that pop-up on the infield away from Kipnis, and Kipnis started to chase him off the field? Like, that's just so much fun, man.
He looked back over his shoulder and caught Kipnis glaring at him.
Yeah.
Kipnis did charge that. It was great. I almost used that as a GIF in our fantasy football.
Yeah.
Recap, but they found a good spot.
It was great. Lindor is so much fun, man. Oh my god,
what a great guy!
I love it. The whole thing with his mom making lasagna for him.
In the middle of the season, what's your favorite meal? Oh, mom's lasagna.
It's like I loved all of that.
Come on over.
It was great. It's such a fun team. The other thing I wanted to mention, just in case people didn't know, which is so awesome Cleveland fan-ish, is that a Cleveland fan figured out during the game, found Ryan Merritt's wedding registry, and that by the end of the game, or by the time he left the game, I think the Indians fans had just bought it out.
Yeah,
that is awesome. Awesome all around. I absolutely love that.
That's a fan
cool thing.
Who go through the trouble of finding your wedding registry, and we will buy it all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Because the story was in, he said something about it was being interviewed ahead of the thing, and said something about his fiance, and he was like, I said her name, and like, it's Sarah with an H. I think that's what it was. I better make sure I get that right. So it was it's out there. Somebody, God bless him, whoever did this.
That's awesome. Oh God, I love this team.
Yeah. I appreciate our fans who did that too. I was like, that's really
awesome.
That's really nice.
That's awesome. I also remembered, I forgot to mention, in the celebration after the Tribe clinched the ALDS, one Paul Hoynes entered the locker room, and Corey Kluber came over and poured a beer on his head and said, thanks.
Klubot, man.
Klubot. Yeah, he's been tweeting some shade too. I love that guy. He doesn't crack a smile. He's been on it too. I love it.
I think things are getting all right with Hoynesy and the team. I think they.
Oh yeah, they're all forgiven. He wrote his piece saying I was wrong.
Yep.
He explained himself, and it was legit. All's forgiven. Clearly, he didn't actually like the beer being poured in his head. He closed his piece by saying, "I would prefer to have that beer in my hand rather than on my head."
Yeah.
But I appreciate it in the spirit it was given.
Yes.
So good. Well said, I guess. Anyway. Let's unless you have anything else you want to add on the Blue Jays.
No, we better keep this thing moving because I'm sure you're gonna have kids waking up at some point soon. There,
we haven't finished the first half of the double feature, so we got to move.
Yeah.
All right, so Matty, as has been established and commented on by some of our listeners, and I fully admit to, I don't really follow baseball outside the Indians. I watch the Indians play, and that's about it.
Yeah, I got you. I got you faded, Patty. Don't worry.
I know nothing about the Cubs aside from the fact that they are the best team in baseball. They are mashers, and they have great starting pitching, and they have a white beer for a closer.
Yes. Those are pretty relevant facts. One thing you left out of there that is important to notice, and will be a big deal in the series, is that they are maybe a historically great defensive team. The Indians have a good defense this year. The Cubs have a really good defense. The Russell at shortstop's comparable to Lindor. They're of roughly similar caliber. I'd pick Lindor, but Russell's excellent. The breakout star has been Baez, their second baseman this year, who's just incredible at second base. He's been making amazing plays. Rizzo's a Gold Glove caliber first baseman. Bryant's at third is great. Their outfield defense is very good. They are a really good defense. They are a stacked team, man, top to bottom. 100% the best team in the league, 100% better than the Indians. I think the ESPN did their like position by position who has the advantage breakdown, and I think we got the advantage at shortstop, DH, and bullpen.
Okay, yeah.
And I think that's it. And everything else they had the advantage on. They are excellent, man. It is not so different than we felt 2 years ago in the finals coming in with the Warriors. I mean, this is before the Warriors had the all-time wins record that ended up being meaningless. Like they are that good. Now, the thing that's a little different is that baseball is, especially in the playoffs, a very different game than basketball, right? So the best team does not always win. The best team rarely wins, you might even say, in baseball. So all that advantage still means they're, I don't know, at the highest, I think you'd say 55% likely to win the series, something like that.
Yeah.
But make no mistake, they are excellent. Nasty starting pitching.
Yeah.
Really, really good starting pitching. It'll be interesting to see Lester. John Lester has been outstanding in the playoffs. The one thing you'll hear about going into game one, if you haven't heard it already, he doesn't throw to first base. He's got like a major mental block. Going to first. And the Indians obviously led the American League in stolen bases and are a very good base running team generally. So it'll be interesting to see if they get guys on. And like Rajai Davis will start that game. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. But also, I think the that matchup of the Indians running game versus the exceedingly good fielding of the Cubs will be an interesting thing to watch.
Yeah, that's one thing that I really appreciated in the Red Sox and Blue Jays series is they had those sweaty palms moments where they made little errors in crucial moments, and we just didn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
And just that was a nice equalizer against the potent lineups and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That sucks that we won't have that same potential advantage.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't. It's going to be harder to do that stuff. So Perez taking second base on the sac fly, and Mike Napoli getting two stolen bases so far in the playoffs for him. Although one guy called the wild pitch, but that stuff I think is going to be harder to come by.
Yeah.
In these finals, like the Cubs are super good and scare me a little because they haven't really mashed yet. They didn't really do it in the Giants series. They had a couple breakout games against the Dodgers, including just crushing Kershaw yesterday. They were wailing on the ball, but they're outstanding. I sort of like that we'll be. I guess we would have been underdogs against the Dodgers too, but not in the same way as we are against the Cubs. So I sort of like that aspect of it for this team. That seems to fit in nicely with how they think about themselves.
Exactly. So I mean, do we have any shot against these guys?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's why it's baseball. Why you say you just got to get into the playoffs in baseball, and then anything can happen. We absolutely have a shot against them. A Giants team that I find not very good. Gave them everything they could handle, right? They lost They lost that first game 1-0 on a home run that barely got out of Wrigley.
Right.
They gave away Game 4 and easily should have won that one. And it's a whole different series. So, yeah, 100%. The bats can go cold. Fluky stuff happens. You can get lucky in a 7-game series. Absolutely anything is possible.
But it seems like the thing we want to see the Indians hitters doing right is stretching the pitch count of the starters to get to their bullpen.
Yeah, we'd like to get into their bullpen. The middle part of their bullpen is not great, and even Chapman has not looked fantastic in this postseason. I mean, he's throwing 103 miles an hour yesterday.
Yeah. He's wild, erratic, and hurry.
But yeah, that's the basics. I think we got to hope for Kluber to be nasty and give us a lot. Give us like 7 innings, I think, so that the bullpen's fresh for the rest of the games, and then similar performances from Tomlin and Bauer and maybe Danny Salazar.
Maybe he's going to simulated 3 innings.
He threw a simulated 3 innings today. Gave up a bomb to Roberto Perez. I saw that.
Did you really?
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, it looks like they're leaning towards putting him on the club. I'm interested to see who comes off the roster for him.
Yeah,
if that's Merritt, which I guess it could be. I don't know who else. I think Cody Anderson's on the postseason roster, which doesn't.
Yeah, that I'd be fine with.
So I think the order of the day from the pitching staff from run prevention will be basically what we've seen already, right? Like we're going against a very good lineup, but we've gone against 2 good lineups already. So it won't look so different. And honestly, the Cubs offense is pretty comparable to the Red Sox offense, right? So we saw that's exactly the same thing can happen. It's just that the Cubs are very good at every other part of the game in a way the Red Sox are not.
So
I think that's right. We see long at bats, push them, see if we can mess around on the bases a little bit. And, the thing I'm hoping for the Indians is that their bats get going.
Yeah, they haven't been hitting
right. Like they have been a streaky team. They were a streaky team offensively all year. And we've just gone through, even in the Red Sox series, we weren't crushing the ball. So I'm hoping we get hot.
Yeah, most of our runs are coming on these solo shots, stringing hits together.
Yep.
That'll be good to see.
So I'm hoping some guys can get off in this series.
So it's early, Matty. I mean, we still have a World Series to play, but going back to our discussion in the playoff preview, you starting to think differently about this Indians team and the fun, likable favorite team rankings?
Well, winning goes a long way, doesn't it?
It does.
I mean, I think that 95 team is still ahead of them, but they're catching. They closed the gap for sure over these two series.
Well,
no question.
Let's see in a couple weeks where we're at.
We only need to wait a couple weeks, buddy.
Oh, well, more than 1 week at least, right? It's gonna take longer than 1 week, right? 2.
Hopefully, I mean, a sweep would end Saturday night.
It's true, so it could be just a week, right? Well, we shall find out.
Yeah. I'm super pumped for it. This is going to be awesome. I mean, this is an amazing World Series. Cubs Indians is just incredible. And I think it is because it's the Cubs, it is going to be an Indians against the world situation, which will be fun for us. We like that.
Yep. Although Tom Hanks is on our side, did you know that? Yeah,
he's got a soft spot for Cleveland, right?
He said go Tribe at his farewell on SNL the other night.
Oh, did he?
He snuck one in. Said, "Hey, go Tribe."
Oh, good. God bless you, Tom Hanks. I was going to say the star power coming out for the Cubs is going to be not that crazy.
It's going to get old real fast.
Yes.
And as you know, as I said, my father-in-law is a Cubs fan.
Yeah, dissension in the family.
Yeah. So Becca has to, she said she doesn't have a choice. I told her, I converted to Judaism and you converted to Cleveland sports fandom. You're not allowed to root for the Cubs. You have to root for the Indians.
That's correct. It's not like she gives a shit about the Cubs.
No, but she
has a loyal daughter.
Loves her dad, but I think Brad's going to try and get tickets at some point. So hopefully I'll get to go. It'll be pretty amazing.
She's in Chicago?
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be able to get tickets. He's not even sure, but,
I mean, he can get them. He's just got to pay for them, but they are.
Yeah.
Have you seen the prices? They are crazy.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, I also told him, I was like, if that's too difficult, I'm sure that there'd be more reasonable prices at Progressive Field.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I'll keep you posted on whether that happens.
Oh, yeah. I hope you get to go. That'd be awesome. Have you ever been to Wrigley?
Yeah, actually, that was we went on a trip with my father-in-law and my other brothers-in-law. Boys trip to Chicago. We went to see a Cubs game at Wrigley Field. I love that stadium.
That's awesome.
It reminded me of a small version of Municipal Stadium. Like the feel.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
It's just that was so much fun. I love that place.
It is it's a pretty amazing series. And I will say, going into this, the baseball playoffs are hard. The beauty of them is that if you get in, anything can happen, but it's also a little different in the sense of it feels like the luck of the draw every year, right? So I think this Indians team, think about how young this team is, man. It's amazing. We should be in the playoffs or in playoff contention for the next 4 to 5 years, 3 to 5 years at least. So I think we'll be able to re-experience this. But again, man, when you get there and get so close, anything
can happen.
Bad luck, and I like it. There's nothing. It's different. It's different than in basketball, where we're like the Cavs will get back there and they'll get a shot. You feel like that in basketball, right? If your team's good enough, you're probably going to win the series and you'll have a shot. It's way flukier in baseball, and to get so close, it makes getting so close and not getting there that much more difficult, I think.
I was just gonna say, Matty. I was thinking about this the other day. Don't fall into the trap. I feel like I fell into 95, right?
No, yeah. We should learn that lesson, right?
Because we said. I remember saying to myself afterwards, it's kind of cool. I said something along the lines of I want them to have some heartbreak, so it means more of the time.
Yeah.
Really, what was in store for me? Because we just assumed they'd come back. They were so good. They were the best team in baseball. 56 games over 500.
Yep. Yep.
And they the year before, and then that was 95. And we assumed they'd be coming back every year. And then 96 happened. We lost in the first round of the playoffs.
Yep.
We made it back in 97, and that was a surprising run.
Yep.
So you never take that for granted. Even though, yes, next year we'll get 2 of our starting pitchers back. maybe Brantley too. Anything can happen, and this is our shot right now.
Yeah,
this is our shot.
You got to go for it because the other team that's going to be good for the next 4 or 5 years is the fucking Chicago Cubs.
Yeah, Jesus.
So yeah, enjoy it. I guess is the best thing I can say is what has happened already is an amazing accomplishment. We should feel good about it. It's a fun team. This is a top 10 Cleveland team easily. And enjoy the hell out of it.
Amen, brother.
Playoff baseball is awesome. I have missed it.
I missed it so much. Yeah, but just that intensity of every single pitch.
Yeah.
The roar of the crowd. I'm so pumped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
All right. So we move on to the champions.
Want to make a prediction, Patty?
Did we do one last time for the Red Sox series? I don't know.
No, I don't think we did. And baseball is so hard; it's almost impossible.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going to happen.
Nobody does. Honestly, yeah. I mean, if you were just looking at it raw, the Cubs are favored and should be favored. So if you put a gun to my head, I'd probably say Cubs in 6, I guess. But like that doesn't mean anything. I have no idea what's going to happen. Absolutely
I know I'd love to see Tribe in 6. That'd be great.
Right. I do feel like they got a little magic at home, but that can go away in an inning.
Yeah, exactly. So
no, that's the truth of the matter. I have no freaking idea what's going to happen, and that's part of the fun thing about playoff baseball too, man. No clue.
Absolutely,
no clue.
All right, I think we're about an hour in covering the Indians. Shall we move on to the second half of our double feature?
Let's do it, buddy.
I don't think we'll spend a whole hour on it, but I think there's some things we have not even had a chance to talk about all summer. I don't think we've had a chance to talk about Kevin Durant and anything like that.
Nope.
So I talked about this a little bit last week, though. So moving on to the Cavs title defense preview. I talked about this in the Tribe preview, playoff preview a little bit. But yeah, I just want to again remind everyone: it's fun. It's fun to remind the world that the Golden State Warriors blew a 3-1 lead. But I think it's doing the disservice of making this about Golden State choking and not the greatest comeback in the history of sports.
That's right.
I mean, what the Cavs did was unprecedented, historic, and easily one of the greatest championships in the history of sports. So that's the thing to remember. That's the thing to emphasize above all else.
Yes, it needs to get talked about way more. I appreciated. I don't know if you saw Zach Lowe's season preview where he sort of tiers all the teams and does a little bit on all of them. I appreciated what he did there. Yeah,
absolutely. Just like of course, Golden State should win this thing. They have a ridiculous thing, but what LeBron did gives you pause because he's still there.
Yes, let us not forget that.
Absolutely beat Golden State. Like that's without a doubt they can beat them. Like, and that's what they should. That's what they should. You can't count them out. They shouldn't win. Like Golden State should win. Doesn't mean they're going to because LeBron's there.
That is correct.
And that's what's so great about this.
Oh, fucking LeBron, man. Love him.
So great having him back.
It's amazing.
We didn't talk about the Cavs showing up at the
No, that was so great too, man. I love LeBron's tweeting about the Indians all the time.
Yes, all the time. Go Tribe, roll Tribe.
Yeah.
He gave a speech with J.R. Smith was still negotiating his contract and showed up in all of his Indians.
Yes, it's great.
Oh man,
my sister. I think we would call this assault, Pat. Assaulted Kevin Love at game 2.
What?
She was sitting with. She's got a buddy that has tickets that are like lower deck third baseline, and was sitting there. And I think Love and Jefferson were sitting right up on the field in that section, and came back walking through the crowd. And she said she just reached out and grabbed him, and I was like, that's assault, Suzanne.
What did he do?
I think he was getting mobbed by a bunch of people, so I don't think she stood out amongst it. I mean, she said he was happy.
I love that they went down there and did that.
It's great, man.
And Tito was like, I think Tito's comment after was like, I hope they had something to drive him home. They were getting wrong. They got a shot of somebody. Everyone thought it was J.R. Smith at first, but I think it was what's his name? He left the team for a while. Now he's back again. Dante Jones. I think Dante Jones had a bottle of not Henny, but of like Jack Daniels, like just had a whole bottle in his hand.
Whoa.
In the lows, like those guys were having a good. Oh man, that was great. We'll get back to the actual Cavs here for a second. The actual playing Cavs. I gotta say, Kevin Durant to Golden State. We talked about it before, and I said that honestly, I thought the scariest thing would be Kevin Durant staying in Oklahoma City. Because Oklahoma City could have beaten that team, Golden State. They should have.
Should have. If Durant hadn't choked.
Another year, yeah, exactly. Another year together. With the pieces they added, going to Oladipo, I was like, that's a scary team, actually, to be honest. I'm a little more afraid of them. They have a little more three-point shooting. They're one big weakness, right? That's a scary team. I think then that creates two scary teams coming out of the West. I think that's a scarier option than him going to Golden State. The only reason why is that Golden State, having Kevin Durant is a ridiculous. It's like replacing Harrison Barnes with Kevin Durant. That's terrifying.
Yep. Do you remember how mad the Warriors fans around us in Game 7 were, Pat, at Harrison Barnes?
They fucking hate it. I mean, I would have been worried for his safety.
Furious with him.
Furious.
Kevin Durant taking all those shots.
Yeah,
that's very scary.
It's incredibly terrifying.
Very scary.
That being said, they have a fucking lunatic on their team.
God, that piece was amazing, wasn't it?
Oh my God, that was amazing. Like I'm legitimately concerned for him. I think he's got either bipolar disorder or some kind of manic. I think he could be diagnosed, and maybe he already has. It has that that outburst where he was getting emotional and screaming and almost going at assaulting Steve Kerr.
At Kerr, where the SWAT team was outside the thing with their hands on the triggers of their guns ready to go in. That was crazy, man.
The way he reacted to that sounds like somebody who's in the middle of a manic episode.
Yeah.
I think the guy needs medication, but some kind of thing that fuels him. Like if he was going to take medication, he wouldn't be as good a basketball player.
Yeah, it's like an artist that is like, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And that's where they get their creativity, and if they are medicated, they'll lose that. And that article definitely made it feel like that.
So it will be very interesting to see how this team meshes or handles adversity when it comes. They're going to have a lot of easy cakewalk games, but there's going to be a lot of moments, I think, where Draymond's being Draymond in a way that is difficult for them. It's interesting, of course, that the organization is 100% behind him, but not Kerr, because Kerr has to fucking deal with him.
Yeah, that was so interesting, wasn't it? That they said the line about Kerr being out on an island dealing with him.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That was very interesting, man. That was a great piece.
Really great piece. So yeah, I don't know. I'm on paper, I'm terrified, but I have some hope that that one, they're going to have some trouble adjusting and figuring out what they can do. Two, they're going to have a lot of issues chemistry-wise. Three, they're a team full of chokers that all share in common blowing 3-1 leads in the playoffs. So there's a big ray of hope there. And the biggest one for the Cavs is that we have a full season with our system under Ty Lue. And
that it's our third year together with this core too, I think is a big deal. I think I talked about that after we won the championship.
Yeah.
That Golden State team has been together for a long time now.
Yeah.
They didn't just get there overnight. And yeah.
No, they're different.
It's a big deal, just that time together. I don't think should be overlooked for the Cavs.
Yeah, no, agreed. Any other thoughts on Kevin Durant?
No.
Yeah.
I don't really want to talk about it anymore. It does a disservice to the most amazing championship ever.
Yeah, and the fact that the Golden State Warriors had the second greatest free agency signing this year.
Yeah.
Remember, the Cavs had the best free agency signing. We signed the best LeBron James.
Yeah, that's right. That should not be overlooked.
Suck on it. Can we say farewell to a handful?
Yeah, we never got to do this. We should do this.
So some champions are leaving us. Have left. Let's talk about Timo Mozgov.
Oh,
that great Russian bear. I miss him already.
He had a brief, sparkling moment in Cleveland sports history.
So right.
The candle that burns twice as bright burns half as long, Patty. And he
That's
burns
right.
so very, very bright. Those commercials,
He dies.
riding a bear around, all that weird stuff.
Group up.
Um,
Give them the end of the year.
I'll be really interested to see if he because he was basically unplayable last year. I'll be interested, and there was all that. I think possibly credibly that he was hurt all year and just never had it because of that. So I'll be interested to see what comes back. Still amazing that the Lakers signed him for that deal.
For that amazing amount of money, just
right away, like they couldn't wait to do it.
Right away, crazy. I know.
Who were they negotiating against?
No, absolutely. I really hope he bounces back because he does have some nice touch around the rim. He doesn't have nice touch in terms of catching the ball. That's always
just the worst hands.
Worst hands. But we were talking about that story about him before last season, and I love that guy so much. Like crazy.
Yeah. No, I wish him well. I mean, he's already done well. He signed that contract. Life's good for Timo. But I have no objection to him finding success.
How'd you feel about losing Delhi?
Man, that's a tough one.
Yeah, I really hate losing him.
We talked about it a lot at the time, and at some point, Skylar, we will have you on to do your whole bit about how cheap Dan Gilbert is, which is just the most fakakta argument that I'm aware of. Our starting lineup this year is making $100 million.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when we were going back and forth and when it was initially announced, I think we were both like, that's too much money for Delhi. And then you sort of get adjusted to the new cap situation. You're like, I sort of wish we had him right now.
Yep.
Our backup point guard situation's a little in flux.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Kyrie, I find it hard to believe Kyrie's going to play 80 games this year. Or maybe should he play 80 games? And Delhi was super valuable for us. I still don't understand fully why he stopped playing.
And I think that's got to be the biggest part of the reason why we let him go. Because obviously his skill set is undeniable. He plays good, hard, physical defense. He's not the most athletic guy, so he can get burnt, but he can hold his own and he can make you feel it, right?
Yep.
He hits three-pointers at a 40% clip, and he ran the offense really well the second unit. He had a lot of assist-to-turnover ratio was really good. He's a good glue guy. He couldn't get on the court for the Golden State series. We were playing Mo Williams over him.
Yeah, it was really weird. I don't get it. Still, I've never seen an explanation for it.
It must be a matchup-y type thing. I don't know.
I guess he was super valuable in that series the year before.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know what happened. Whether he was hurt. We always speculated he was a little bit hurt, which may have been what happened.
Yeah, although you didn't hear that over the summer at all. He didn't have surgery or anything.
So it makes me think that
turned it around pretty quick to play on the Australian national team and was fine.
Yeah, I think that the way they were scheming and the way that it worked, we just decided we couldn't play him, and that mattered in whether we were going to spend a ton of money on him.
Yeah.
More important, I think they also were clear, the ownership was clear that look, we're going to be spending no matter what, 30, 40 million in tax dollars, right?
Yeah.
That means, and that's if we re-sign one of JR and Delhi. We sign them both, then it's 80 million, and we can't convince the ownership group to put on there, something like that.
Right.
So you had to pick one, and if you're going to pick between Delhi and JR, who are you picking?
Yeah, you're picking JR. That's the right choice. The other thing is, I think they feel like they can develop somebody into that role, right? If that's Felder or McRae or whoever, and it'll be super interesting watching Delhi in Milwaukee again. Delhi's an all-time Cap to me. I love him. I wish him nothing but the best. I hope he succeeds and plays brilliantly. But it's interesting to see what happens to guys when they stop playing with LeBron.
Yeah, that will be very interesting.
Role players especially. So it'll be is he gonna be shooting wide open threes like he could with the Cavs and have a percentage that he did because of that?
Well, Matty, he didn't get wide open threes because you can't get wide open threes in the Cavs roster. Remember what Bill Simmons did?
Yeah, that's right. That's why Channing Frye was such a waste. So hey, that's enough on Delhi. We'll get into Delhi when we have Skylar on later.
Yeah, absolutely. But this is all grist for Skylar's mill. So Skylar,
yes,
good material for you to come back at us with, and we'll have it out.
Yep.
How about Sasha Khan?
Sasha Khan, we hardly knew you.
I will still buy you a beer if I see you anywhere.
Yes.
All the champions, like drinks on me.
Yes.
If I see.
Much love for you, Sasha. But have a wonderful life, I guess. I don't know that he's even going and playing in Russia. Is he? I think he retired. I think he's like, that's enough.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, have a wonderful life. We appreciate everything you did for us.
Mm-hmm. Right into your own bear into the sunset.
That's right.
Mo Williams.
This one's tougher, man.
To come back, and he left, and now he's retiring, right? For sure.
I think so. Although it seems like it's weird. I don't know that that's official because they're acting like there's still a roster spot available with him. I'm a little unclear as to what's going on. I don't think he's officially filed the paperwork. It seems like there's some bad blood between him and the team. Mm-hmm. Management, not the players. And I don't get it.
Yeah,
it's weird. Yeah. Something weird's going on. I don't fully understand it. It makes me a little uncomfortable.
It sounds like he wants to keep coming back, but maybe not right away. He wants to do another procedure on his knee or something. I don't know. It wants us to say.
Also, he's owed whatever he's making, $3 million this year, and he's had a nice career. He's made some good money, but that's still $3 million. I wouldn't retire from being a basketball player.
Yeah, if you had that coming, absolutely.
Okay, I'll be injured and try to recover during the year, but I'm going to need that $3 million.
Yeah, I need that money.
I get that, and I don't begrudge him that. So I don't. More will come out about this, I think, but it's still. It feels like it's still impacting the roster in a little bit weird way. I don't get it. It's very strange.
Very strange.
But Mo, we love you. I'm super glad he came back and got the ring with us. There's very sweet redemption there, and I'm glad he.
Coco Crisp-esque, you might say.
Yes, yeah, I'd love for that to repeat. And also, Mo is a little sweet. I feel like that one was for Big Z and Delonte and Andy.
Yeah.
Even Andy.
In Cleveland anymore? That's what's crazy. He really turned fast.
Oh boy.
Oh man, that was rough. But yeah, no, we didn't begrudge him a ring.
No,
he did his part in screwing up.
That's correct.
All right, Matty, let's move on to welcoming some new Cavs. Let's start with one.
Hard one for you.
Hard on me. He's on the top of my kill list.
Yeah. This is shades of Kendrick Perkins coming and how upset I was.
God, what the fuck do I do about Mike Dunleavy? Jesus Christ. I hate this guy.
You sort of look a little bit like him.
Fuck you, Matty. I don't look racist, do I? I don't look like a dirty motherfucker that doesn't punch you in the face when he can get away with it, do I?
Oh, God. No.
God, I hate this guy.
That's a tough one for you, buddy. He's going to be good for us, too.
Yeah, he fits. He's a little old, but he's a great three-point shooter that can guard small forward and is a good system defender.
I think Jason Lloyd said he's the best shooter on the team.
Jesus. I don't know how to feel about this. I mean, yes, the fact he's playing for the Cavs is going to lower him on my kill list, but I think he's still on my kill list. Yes, I still on my kill list.
This is highly unusual.
I mean, give me some games this season, where he plays well. I'm sure it's going to abate a little bit. It'll stay in my hand. Maybe I'll just slap him around a bit. This
is one I think we're going to have to come to for every podcast for the year, Patty. Is where do you stand? Where does Dunleavy stand on the kill list?
I'll hold my thumb out like a Roman emperor.
Yes.
Live or die. I think I still kill him right now.
I give it a month, and he's off permanently for you for the year. That's what I think.
We're gonna see. You think a month? He'll be off the kill list?
Yeah. He'll hit a couple big threes, and you'll talk yourself back into it.
He'll be in a new list of the slap around, but not hurt their shooting hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's a great fit because he's sort of like the Channing Frye, but for the small forward position, right?
Yeah.
That's sort of. It's also sort of what we have already with, crazily enough, with what's his name, tall black scooter.
RJ,
yeah. The scooter, who just hits threes but can guard the three spot.
Yeah.
But, he can also go fours, which is what. So it gives us another. He's like a Channing Frye, RJ hybrid, right?
Yeah, a little bit. That's not a bad comparison. I mean, he's old, so it'll be interesting to see if he can stay healthy for the year. But
that's more.
We need him. We need him for a fairly limited profile, which is probably 15 to 18 minutes a game and shooting threes.
Yeah, exactly.
And being present on defense. So it's a good role. It's a good role for him.
Yep. We have 38-year-old Birdman.
Yeah. Speaking of old, Jesus.
Yeah, I didn't realize 38, but also I didn't realize he was still playing basketball.
Reuniting him and JR from those mid-aught Nuggets teams.
Yeah, LeBron's really pulling the bands back together.
Yeah, up in our tattoo quotient considerably.
Yes.
Does this mean I'm going to have to buy a Birdman tattoo shirt next year, Patty, after the season? Am I locked into that now?
I hope for nothing less than that you have to do that. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
You could have a collection of 2 tattooed chest shirts. Have you worn that out in public yet, your J.R. Smith shirt?
I was at a party a few weeks ago that was some friends who are our age threw that was we're getting too old for this shit party.
And you wore that to it?
And I wore that, yeah, because I was like, I'm definitely too old to wear this shirt. And this is one of the few places that I could wear it and not feel terrible.
Did you wear it publicly on your journey over to this party? Or did you wear a jacket?
No. I wore an old Cavs zip-up jacket that I have that I'm also probably too old to be wearing, but this is not offensive.
Zipped all the way up.
Oh yes,
yeah.
You better believe it.
Did I tell you that I may have said this in the podcast enough? I asked my former colleague Mark Lamont Hill, who is an accomplished author and speaker, actually has a new book out about race issues and police and all that stuff. I went to him. I chatted him. I said, Mark, quick question. Can I wear this? Is this like a chest version of blackface wearing this shirt? Like just know I only want to wear it out of my undying love for J.R. Smith for no other reason. But is this safe? And he laughed and said, you absolutely have to get this shirt. You have to wear this. And then I said, shit, this is the problem. I don't know whether you're actually telling me this because you think it's okay or you know it's not okay. You just want to fuck with me.
I feel pretty okay wearing it, honestly. I mean, it's I don't want to be seen in public with it because it's fucking crazy. But I don't think it's offensive. So I'll talk quickly about this, Pat. There's 2 weird things about it. One is you never see JR's back really, but there's like a lot of clown faces on his back. Like a lot, like 4 maybe.
Yeah, that's fun.
They're creepy and it's real weird, real weird. So that's one thing. The other thing is, like it's his chest, so like there's nipples, right? Like his nipples are there, and they roughly line up with my own nipples, and that's fine. But he's got a much longer torso than me, and his belly button falls about where. Just below the belt for me, and the belly button is it has a phallic quality that is disturbing for people, and rightly so.
Oh my god! I can't wait to see you wear this. Did you wear it when you came to visit me? I don't think you did.
I don't think I had it yet when I came to visit you. I would have.
Next time I see each other, you got to break that out
for sure. Absolutely, it's a trip.
Before we get into the other Cavs joining us, we're already talking about JR. How happy to have him back in the fold.
Yeah, great. I'm glad. I mean, this is sort of what we saw happening, right? Like, this is almost an exact replay of what happened with TT. So we knew that's what the number was. It took a while to get there. They got there. All's good.
And 3 years feels fair. I mean, 2 years would have been obviously better, but honestly, 3 years, do it. The 4th year obviously is one that's not as guaranteed, and we can get out of that if we need to. But as long as LeBron's here, JR is fine.
Yes, I'm not worried at all. I
Not at all.
feel great about it. He earned it every cent.
Yeah, absolutely.
Quickly on Birdman, I think we'll spot minutes from him. I'm a little worried about our. I should take that back. I was going to say I was a little worried about our size at center, but that's sort of stupid. Not our size, our depth at center. I think we'll be fine. I like him because they've said this. He's going to come in and be a little bit of the enforcer.
Yeah,
right?
He'll be the enforcer, which we haven't had.
Lay some hard fouls.
He'll also take some minutes to bang against big guys like Drummond and the huge centers that TT just shouldn't. Because when TT has to play those guys, I mean, he did well in the playoffs, but during the regular season, he tends to have bad games in the regular season against those guys, just because he's working so hard just to make up for the size difference that.
No, his defensive value is other places. So I'm fine with that as an addition. He'll be pleasant for us. He knows what to do. Doesn't need the ball. He plays very effectively off the ball. We'll see some nice. He doesn't get up like he used to, but he can still get up a little. We'll see some nice alley-oop action with him this year. He'll be fun. Cavs fans will love him, I predict.
Yeah. And Kate Felder.
Speaking of people Cavs fans will love.
Yeah, you're gonna love this guy. Super fast, super quick off the dribble. He can create not shots for himself, but he can get open and create avenues that then forces the defense to collapse, which gives him assist opportunities.
Yeah.
And oh man, I mean, 5 foot, 9?
I think 5'8".
5'8", and he can fucking fly.
Yeah.
His dunks are crazy.
His in-game dunks are going to be awesome when they happen.
Oh, it's going to be fantastic. I mean, people throw alley-oops. The fucking 5'8" dude. That's
It'll be really the reports on him are that the beat writers have said he's rough and they weren't sure he's going to get minutes. He's the backup point guard coming in though, assuming he plays. I guess he had a concussion in practice the other day and he's in the protocol, so it's unclear if he'll be ready up for Tuesday or not. I think he needs to work on his 3-point shooting, but it seems like people aren't too concerned that'll come. I'm super into because I think he looked okay in the preseason, but not great. But he was also playing with not like the Cavs' good players, right? So the same effect that LeBron has on role players that we talked about earlier. I'll be interested to see how that affects him, and he might look a lot better because of that by dint of. I watched
him a bit in the summer league, and that's where I got really excited by him. He looks like an NBA player.
I agree.
Obviously, as you said, the hope is that we can capture Isaiah Thomas in the model, right? And fit that profile. So that'll be pretty exciting. Anyone else we're missing?
So there's another at least one roster spot that's available still. That it seems like Dante Jones, you mentioned earlier, is somehow back in the conversation for that, which is weird, and I don't fully understand what's going on there, but. It's him and then Liggins, I think, are the candidates for that spot.
And there's also talk of signing mid-season Mario Chalmers, right, to be.
There's Jarrett Jack talk too. I think Jack got cut by the Hawks coming out. He's still recovering from his blown Achilles. There'll be guys that'll come available. I think they might want to keep a roster spot available just for that flexibility. There's some loose talk about them taking offers on McRae too. Which I don't know exactly what to make of that, if they're doing it for a second-round draft pick or something, and that means they don't believe in him or they do. I don't know. I thought he looked okay. I thought
he looked okay too, and I'd give him a season to try out. The great thing about the season is that we can spend the season like just finding out about guys, but also gelling in our system. Not worrying so much about the win losses, because there's really only 2 teams that are in it this year.
Yeah.
The other thing was, what was I going to say? We were talking about backup point guards. I can't remember. I lost my train of thought.
Who else we're going to sign? Players that are going to become available? Liggins,
I don't know.
Jack, Chalmers. I don't know.
I can't remember. Anyway. Go ahead.
So I know we want to do a quick who's on the kill list thing, but I think we need to talk about TT, man.
Oh yeah, Jesus.
So the rumor was going around. We're talking late Sunday night, early Monday morning. The rumor is going around Friday. No. Yeah, Thursday or Friday last week that TT, who definitely is dating, I'm going to put that in scare quotes, Khloe Kardashian, that they are engaged after a month of dating and also planning a reality TV show around that, which I don't like any of that, man.
Nope.
But he's and then Sam Amico tweeted, I think it was Sam Amico, right? Tweeted out that sources close to TT were saying that's not true. The engagement and reality show part.
Yeah. No, I think it was both. I'd seen reports from TT's camp saying both of those were completely untrue.
Okay.
And I tweeted that I could feel the collective exhale of Cleveland sports fans.
I mean, she has a pretty fucking unimpeachable record of ruining guys.
Yep.
Which scares me. I'm not wild. This TT has this in him. This is who he is, and he's a little fame obsessed, celebrity obsessed, whatever you want to call that. He wants to play around in that world, which whatever. What am I going to begrudge him that? I'd prefer he didn't, but whatever. Yeah, that's who he is.
This sort of reminds me of the Kalani thing with Kyrie. Just had this bad feeling that they're going to be bad, and just going to drain him all season. So let's hope these two lovebirds find other people.
Yeah, soon. Yeah. I'm not looking forward to seeing Khloe in the stands at Cavs games. So I don't need that, Pat. Let's not worry about him and his happiness.
Yeah.
Let's just talk about a minor annoyance for me.
Yep.
A few times a week. I hope LeBron gets to him and takes care of this shit.
LeBron, take care of this. Come on. I remember I was going to talk about in that same Zach Lowe article. I was talking about how the Cavs have been approached with offers for Iman Shumpert.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Good. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, and it wasn't clear about what was being offered or what we would want back. He said, and I agree, that it's going to have to be. I mean, we need him. So
it's a little like when we were talking about trading Mozgov, and you're like, yeah, except we need a center back if we were going to trade him. So it's that weird situation.
Back. I mean, unless they
who are we going to find? Who are we going to get back that is better than him at the same position? It just doesn't.
The only way this makes sense is if McRae somehow the Cavs think he's as good as Shumpert on defense,
and he's not.
We know that. We've seen enough to know that.
He's just not. So Shumpert could get dealt. That wouldn't shock me, but I agree. It doesn't, unless it's part of a bigger package of things, it doesn't quite add up to me. Our friends were throwing Ricky Rubio, because Minnesota was the rumor, and we're throwing Ricky Rubio around which I don't know.
To have a backup point guard that can't shoot,
right? I mean, he is a full stop great defender, but I don't know.
I don't see how that adds us beat Golden State.
No, I think that's right.
But who knows?
It doesn't quite add up to me, but something to watch. And David Griffin has earned our trust on these matters and all matters.
I will give him the benefit of the doubt for a very long time. He has to screw up a lot consistently before I start to turn on him.
Yeah. Some real mistakes he's got to make. Which I guess covers the Delhi situation too, right? Like that's
totally. I mean, he's gonna have to start. I'm trying to think what he's gonna have to do to actually start make me doubt him.
Yeah.
I think he might have to start dating a Kardashian.
Chris. Did you see that? This is going back a little ways, but Zach Lowe did a podcast with Brian Windhorst right after we won the championship, and Windhorst did a great thing where he was like, I want to talk about some of the trades the Cavs made, some of the moves they made getting into this year. And he went back and he was like, I'm prepared to like each and every one, like the trade of Jarrett Jack and all those guys to the Nets to clear space, and trading Zeller to clear all those. And he's like, I'm prepared to give that trade an A grade. I am prepared to give that trade an A grade. Firing of David Blatt, I'm prepared to give that an A.
That was unreal.
Because it all worked.
Yeah. Whatever the grade was before, it's all A now.
Yeah.
They all built up to a championship, the most historic championship.
Yeah. It was great. So yeah, he's got my trust. It's funny, normally, Patty, we would have done, we're at an hour and a half now. We'll wrap in a couple minutes, I'm guessing. Yeah. But normally we would have done this whole thing on the Cavs and the NBA and gone through who we think is going to make the playoffs. But we had too much Indians to talk about.
Too much Indians. Also, to be honest, there's not much to preview this year because, this is good to get back to KD and Golden State. This is what I hate about the most is that it made the playoffs and everything else kind of the whole season kind of boring.
It feels like there's some exciting storylines in the NBA and there's some teams that are up and coming and some wonky things to watch, but it does feel like just the pregame, the appetizer for a Cavs Warriors trifecta.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's not going to be barring injuries to either team. It would be utterly shocking. I don't. It's like basketball. Basketball is the one kind of world where it's not like baseball where anything can happen. We're like, no, these are the two teams that really will come out of it.
Barring injury. That's right.
So anyway, but yeah, so there's not much because I don't. Do you care who gets second or third place between Boston and Toronto? No,
not even a little. I mean, I'll go very quickly here because I know you're going to have to go in a second. This is some because I listen to Simmons still, but he's way over this Horford signing. I'm not so freaking impressed with Al Horford, man. I gotta be honest.
PT8 is just two series. I mean,
they're talking about how much is going to improve the rebounding in Boston. That Atlanta team was terrible at rebounding. I think they were 28th in the league in rebounding percent. Like they have a
genius coach that's going to use them in such
right. Genius and coach with a 2-8 record in the playoffs.
Yeah, Jesus.
So I'm a little less. I mean, they're a team that's built for the regular season and that they've got a lot of depth and guys they can move around. So they'll win some games, but I ain't scared of them yet.
I'm not worried about them, not at all. So let's. What's your kill list going into the season? We did this last year. I think it's good to start it up again.
I think it's all Warriors.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think Joakim Noah was on there for me before last season, and I don't know. I think he's a little beat up. I don't know if we're going to really see him that much. Dunleavy's on our team, even though he's still on your kill list.
My kill list. He's there. He's still there until further notice.
Chris Paul, somebody that's been on there for us before. Harden. I really think it's like Curry, Draymond, Klay Thompson is 100% up there after his freaking antics in the finals.
Is he on your kill list now?
Klay?
No, KD, Kevin Durant.
KD, I don't think has made it yet, but he can get there real quick. He's on watch. He's on,
yeah. You're on notice.
For sure, he is on watch.
Most of my anger towards him, not anger. It's not kill worthy. It's like, really, dude, really?
Yeah.
Jeez, man. Seriously? That's really?
Yeah.
All right, man.
I think Bogut's off the kill. Yeah.
He's not there anymore. Bogut?
Yeah. I don't hate him anymore. Pachulia could get there real quick. He's somebody that's bothered me. He's got a really hateable face.
Well, then who's number one for you then? The Draymond? Or the Curry?
God.
Getting tough.
It is getting tough, man. I think it's Curry.
Wow. I think mine's still Draymond. Just because that article just painted him as such an unbelievable asshole.
Yeah, but it also, you said it though, it also made it feel like some of this is beyond his control.
That's true.
And like people, let's not sleep on Curry's fucking antics in the finals, man. Falling apart, that temper tantrum throwing of the mouth guard was so good.
Unbelievable.
So good.
You're incredibly lucky he didn't get suspended for a game after that.
He wasn't going to get suspended for that.
Of course he was not after Draymond got. But that's my point. Is that
he just totally lost control. His wife really makes me angry. He gets that. She can't make the list, so he gets her points.
Yeah. I'm gonna change it. I'm with you now. It's Curry. It's Curry.
I think it's Curry, Green, Thompson in that order.
You think Thompson?
And And I don't know that there's any like who else in the league. This sort of touches on what you said. Like I don't feel like there's other people that are threats to us right now.
Yeah, so it doesn't really bug me yet.
Right. So that'll come. You know, we talk about that as the season develops. Those hatreds bubble up.
Jay Crowder, I might want to kill.
Patty, an oldie but a goodie.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I haven't forgotten him. Kelly Olynyk, I maybe don't care about anymore. Now that we got our ring.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Patty. I have 1 point after.
I put Jay Crowder on there, so that'd be my number 4.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Not sure who else I put on there.
And Dunleavy.
Dunleavy's still there, yeah, for sure. So that's my 5. Filling in 5. Who would your 5th be?
I'm trying to think of who else I hate on the war. You know, David West is going to get there for me.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, of course David West is going to be on there. But also, what about maybe someone on the Pistons? The Pistons kind of annoyed the shit out of me this year.
Yeah, they were. Who was the rookie last year that really?
Oh, Stanley Johnson.
Stanley Johnson. They got too big for his britches.
And also one of the Morris brothers. Which one is it? Marcus.
Marcus is on that team. Markieff is on the Wizards.
Marcus Morris, I can easily hate, and Reggie Jackson.
Jackson. He's hurt for the beginning of the year though, so it'll
see.
take a little while. Yeah, you're right though. That Pistons team has some guys that could agitate me. I mean, the Bulls are a totally reformed team that I don't like. I'm not going to hate Dwayne Wade on that team. It's just weird.
I'm still happy. I'm just happy he left the Heat. And to them, so I can't be mad at him.
Yep. Pat Riley, I've let go of a lot of my anger.
So I put most of them on the radar. They'll have to do something in the year to get back.
They're capable of doing something to get back there. You're right, but I don't think they're there yet.
I think we have our 5.
Yeah.
Matty, are you tired about talking about the greatest championship in NBA history?
Never, and I will never be tired of talking about it.
Yeah. We go another 2 hours, but unfortunately, I have to.
I have one thing I wanted to say very quickly, which is that you said Kelly Olynyk, and it made me think of this. Is that the reports on Love are that he looks great, he's in great shape, and a sort of underreported thing last year was that he could not work out at all last summer because he was recovering from that shoulder surgery, and so he played last year pretty thin for him.
Yeah.
And he's put some mass back on, so he should be a little tougher, a little able to bang a little bit better this year, and maybe get back into his game a little bit more, which I'm hopeful of. I think it is not impossible that we see a big bounce back year from him.
Nice, yeah, that would be nice. Love to see that. All right, Browns? No, fuck the Browns.
No, I said we weren't even going to say the name, and you had to do it.
I apologize. Sorry. It's
old habits die hard. I know.
They're a team that exists, and they're playing a sport right now. Some
good
questionable quality. All right. I think that does it. That does it for the Cleveland Sports Hour. Until next time, this is Matty and Patty saying.
Friendship.